John Barklow, and I'm the Senior Product Manager of Hunting at Sitka Gear, and I'm here to talk to you about some layering principles that we need to consider for these early hot weather hunts this fall. So the first thing we need to figure out is what is the problem we're trying to solve for. And so in the early season, really we're trying to solve for protection from the sun. So we want layers we can put on that are not going to allow us to get sunburned. We also want to manage our moisture. So in a cold weather environment, we want to manage our moisture so our skin stays dry so that we stay warm. But in a hot weather environment where we naturally sweat and we want to sweat, and that's caused by hopefully proper hydration, we want that sweat to go into our clothing, and then as our body naturally radiates heat and it evaporates away from us, we want that heat as it evaporates away to cool us down. So we want to make sure that we have technical fabrics, think wools, think polyesters and nylons, that will pull that moisture off our skin, pull it into the fabric, and then slowly release that as we continue to move through the environment. That is going to help us to cool down naturally, and then we replenish that with our hydration plan. The other thing we want to think about is protection from the sun with shelters. So that shelter could be the shade of a rock. Maybe that could be getting under a tree. But depending on the environment we're going to, say we're going above tree line, or like last year, I was kind of in the middle of Montana where there weren't a lot of trees. We had to bring a tarp. It was very warm, it was very hot, and in the middle of the day, you can sometimes take advantage of animal movements, maybe going to a wallow, maybe bugling in its bed, and you can catch it, but you have to be there and be prepared. So we pitched a tarp, and being able to just quickly pitch a tarp and create shelter for yourself, maybe get a little breeze, maybe give yourself a bit of a break, that's going to help you stay effective in the mountains. The last one is sunscreen, right? So we want to have some type of sunscreen, but oftentimes if you're like me, I don't like to apply a lot. Sometimes it's white and I think that it's going to make maybe some shininess on my face. So headwear is really important. And so we want to think, if we're going to wear a ball cap, do we have a bandana or something that we cover our neck up? Does our base layer have a hood, which is often what I use, to pull up over my ball cap? It protects my ears, it protects the back of my head. Are you going to wear a floppy hat? But we need to solve for the sun and protection from the sun, and then how do we regulate our body temperature to stay cool while we're out there, especially in the heat of the day. Sometimes the coldest I've been in the mountains is in the desert, right? In these very hot environments. And the reason is because it can get so hot in the day and cool off at night. And even though it's not cold at night, the temperature difference is so much that it's hard for the body to adapt. And so by hydrating and protecting ourselves during the day, and then making sure that we've got a bit of a puffy jacket, it could be a lightweight puffy jacket for those cool evenings when we're glassing, or in the morning right before the sun comes up and trying to catch that really small animal movement, that combined is going to be a very effective system with materials that manage our moisture, materials that cover our skin, feature sets in those clothing that cover up our skin, bringing a tarp, and being able to stay out there and stay effective throughout the heat of the day.